Go.
All right.
Alexa, tell us about the Cannibal Man.
Here is what I found. According to Wikipedia, The Cannibal is a 1949 novel by John Hawkes, partially based on Hawkes' own experiences in the Second World War. The novel is divided in 3 parts. The first and the last are set in 1945, in an imaginary small German town ravaged by the war, Spitzen on the Danube.
Alexa, stop.
Oh, I was just going to say, are you going to keep that going on? Johnny, did you just break your phone?
Maybe.
Okay. I don't even know how to phrase that better to this stupid thing. I don't care. Yeah, so we just watched a movie we did not expect to be good.
Yeah, I bought this movie for, I think it was like $7.
Yeah.
When the exclusive company went out of business.
I cannot believe I just watched that movie and it was actually good.
And like, look, it drags a little in the middle.
Oh
But
yeah, I mean, it definitely has its boring moments, but I mean that's final act picked up.
But we watched The Cannibal Man, also known as something, and I'm not going to butcher in Spanish, that translates to Week of the Murder.
Yes.
And also Apartment on the 13th Floor?
Yeah.
Or something like that. But internationally, this movie's known as The Cannibal Man.
Yes.
Or just Cannibal Man on this Blu-ray.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say. I have said that. I said that the last time we actually watched the movie, besides Until Dawn, and I said I don't know what to say.
Look, man, we approached this movie as like...
I thought it was a joke.
We approached this movie as like, oh, this is going to be a goofy fucking serial killer movie from the 70s.
I thought it was going to be like Blood Feast.
And this is a movie that has really intense themes of homosexuality that came out of fascist Spain. So I didn't expect that. This is not the movie I expected it to be. When I bought this movie, it came in a slipcover. The slipcover, it had this slipcover, which does not actually have any like, it doesn't say anything about the movie.
No.
It just says Cannibal Man.
Yeah.
And has pictures of dead people. Like,
I mean, I expected it to be like we were talking about. I was like, Johnny, what was the name of that movie that we watched that was kind of had the same type
Microwave
of feel?
Massacre.
Microwave
Massacre. It kind of
Massacre.
feels like Microwave Massacre for a bit. But that's because it's about, like, it came out around the same time, so it's got that same level of stuff. And it's also a low-budget movie.
Yes.
And
I don't even know what to say. I can't believe that this was a serious film.
Well, tell us what this movie's about, Mike.
Okay, so we got a man by the name of Marcos, and he is
I think they call him Mark in the English dub. This movie's dubbed in English.
Yeah, but his name is Marcos, and he works at a slaughterhouse or slaughterhouse factory, and he's one of the lower class.
Yeah, they make So we watched this in English, but with the subtitles for the Spanish version, so we could get the translation of what the movie originally was into English, and then, because neither of us know Spanish.
Yeah. Not fluently, anyways, no way.
I know, like, 4 words, maybe. I don't know. I can count to 10, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, that's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we're dealing with. And we're dealing with a man who may be closeted and...
Oh, that's definitely what this is about.
Yeah.
This is about a gay guy, but instead of homosexuality, it's murder, which is kind of a weird allegory to paint when your writer and director is a gay man comparing homosexuality to being a murderer, but I can kind of see...
I can too.
Well, not in the sense that homosexuality is as bad as murder. In the sense that, like...
Obviously.
That, like, you're doing something that's a crime, and you're trying to hide it from everyone around you.
Yes. And
because
that's what he was doing.
This movie was released in 1972 at the tail end of the Francoist regime in Spain. And homosexuality, a really big no-no in, fascist Catholic Spain.
right. Yeah, that's not a good combo.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not ideal, probably.
Yeah.
As little as I know about Francoist Spain, at least I know. Generally, fascists don't like gay folks.
No.
I mean, it's true today. It was true back then.
Yeah.
It's probably still true.
Oh, 100%.
It was probably true in Spain, at least.
100%.
Because it was true in Italy. It's true in America. It's true in Germany. It's probably true in Spain, too.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're dealing with in this film.
Yeah.
The guy is trying to protect his ass, he doesn't want to blow his cover, and he just keeps killing.
Yep. And so he works in a slaughterhouse, and he keeps bringing like the body parts to this slaughterhouse, where one of the big themes of the movie is also like how the poor are like looked down on, and the rich are kind of like held up. There's literally a part where like, because all of the gay themes come in with our rich friend Nestor, who has a dog, and he releases his dog to go and have sex with other dogs all the time, and then wanders around at night.
Yeah.
And it's illegal to go outside without an identification.
Right.
And so at one point, when he's asked for his identification, he goes, "Oh, well, I forgot." And then they make a big deal about it. And then the guy who owns the place is like, "Oh, no, like, I know him. He lives over in that fancy high-rise over there." And they're like, "Oh, you live there? Well, never mind. Just, just remember to not leave without ID."
Yeah, probably shitty as that, right? Yeah, there's a little bit of classism there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I would expect from a famous socialist and homosexual director, Eloy de la Iglesia.
Yeah.
That's definitely not correct. But
yeah, Eloy, I think it would be.
Eloy?
Because it would be a RD. Yeah.
Or is it Eloy? I don't know. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we don't speak too much Spanish.
Yeah, we watched the extended version of this movie also, so some of the scenes were only in Spanish.
Thank God for translation.
Which was very strange.
In terms of subtitles.
A very strange viewing experience. Where everyone's speaking in English, but then some of the characters who, it seems like entire characters might have been cut out of the movie. Because, well, not entire characters, but a majority of characters, like, the boss's lines were almost exclusively in Spanish in this.
Yeah, I mean, it made the only thing that it really brought forth is the machine. Yeah.
Well, he explained, like, "Oh, we're going to put you on this machine. Aren't you happy that we're going to put you on as a machine worker?" And it almost brought in, like, a little bit of comedy. It was a weird scene. Because, like, they had the, I don't remember who they said she was, but there was that lady in the room. And
she's, you never seen her again.
You never see her again.
Yeah.
But
and it really didn't bring anything out.
No, it was just like a weird. I assume it was supposed to be comedy. Like, it's kind of comedy because he keeps going like, what would you call it? And she's like, synchronization. And he goes, yeah, synchronization. And then that happens like 2 or 3 more times.
Yeah, because that's kind of our plot. A guy who kills to cover up.
First he kills a taxi driver.
He does.
Because he says he's not going to pay him, and then the taxi driver starts slapping his girlfriend. So he beats the taxi driver over the head with a rock.
Yeah.
And
I think he only hit him once, didn't he?
Yeah. But it was with a rock.
It was. And then he sees the paper, and then the paper says that
the taxi driver died.
He's dead.
And then she's like, because that was the first sign. I was like, is this like about homosexuality? Because there was this point where like his girlfriend kept being like, why are you so afraid why don't you want to get married to me? And then why are you so afraid to go to jail?
Right.
And I was like, wait.
Right. Yeah.
But it was like, because at every point, he's got this girlfriend, and he makes out with her and stuff, but, like, he never commits to her, like, until she really pushes him on it. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, oh, yeah, well, we'll get married. Yeah, I just have to get a promotion at work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, like, then he kills the taxi driver, and then after that, it's just downhill from there.
Yep, he just keeps killing people who find bodies. Mm-hmm. Like, people keep finding out, so he's like, oh, I gotta kill this one now. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, there's, like, that weird homoerotic scene with Nestor and him swimming. That was, like, 10 minutes. Yeah. I don't know if that was extended or not.
I don't know.
That feels like something that might have gotten cut in the original one.
It probably did. Yeah.
Because I was just like, am I crazy, or is this scene, like, really gay? Mm-hmm.
It was.
It's just like guys just splashing in the water, and, like, all the other people in the pool were also guys. Mm-hmm. Like, it was a very strange, like, well, I mean, strange for, like, to see in a 70s movie,
Absolutely.
You know? Like, I was just like...
Especially 70s movies that's by the name of Cannibal Man.
Yeah, like, it's not something I expected.
Yeah.
Maybe Week of the Murder might have been... I think that's a much better title for this movie.
Yeah, very much
They should have released it that way. Although I bet Cannibal Man sells. Mm-hmm. That's a title that sells movies. Week of the Murder, maybe not.
And that's probably why you bought this movie at the exclusive.
I bought this movie because it had a guy with a cleaver in his face. Yeah. I did not look at the title.
Okay. All right.
I bought this movie because it was $7 and I'd never heard of it. Mm-hmm. And because I'm a psychopath, that's how I work.
Sure. Yeah, I guess.
Or I was just like, well, I've never heard of this. That means it's not on streaming, probably. So let's get it.
Yeah, I highly doubt it.
Like, if this had been full price, I wouldn't have bought it because I remember looking at it. The full price was like $39.99, and I ended up buying it for like $7.
Good chunk.
Yeah. So
that's kind of what we're dealing with.
Yeah, I really liked this movie. It was really good. Like. I mean, again, it did drag in the middle a little bit, because it did, like, after a while, it was just, like, an endless stream of people discovering bodies in his house and then getting murdered.
Right, and him with that fucking pine spray.
Yeah. And just, man, that was, like, an actual creepy scene, though. Mm-hmm. When,
with Rosa?
Yeah, with Rosa, where... he's like going up to her and he's like, but see, you just spray it and then it doesn't smell bad anymore. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you can still kind of smell it, but like it smells better, and we'll just buy more because it's cheap. And like he just keeps getting closer and closer to her.
He's losing his fucking
and it's just
mind.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the point, that he's fucking lost control.
Yeah. What did you think of the reveal at the end, though? Where Nestor... the reveal that Nestor has binoculars and his apartment overlooks his house, and he's been watching him through his skylight the entire time and knows all of his crimes.
That was a great reveal. That was great. That was fantastic.
And then he's just like, but it's okay, because you know the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. And the right thing to do is tell everybody.
Yes.
That he killed people. So
and that he's gay.
Yeah, that's ultimately the point, I would think, is that at the end he's literally, that's his wording is like, he's like, you already know what to do. Mm-hmm. Because he says, what do you think I should do? And he says, you know what to do. Mm-hmm. And what he does is he reveals himself to the police. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wild movie. Mm-hmm. Didn't expect any of this.
And then you have a fadeaway shot.
Yeah.
And the cops haven't come yet.
At some point, we kept joking that, like, all the wild dogs were going to come and eat him, too.
Yeah.
They're just dogs.
Yeah.
More that's wild dogs.
I don't expect anything from a 70s Spanish movie, but...
You never know with foreign films from the 70s, man.
You never know.
You could either get, like, a classic like this. I looked it up. I wanted to know more about this movie. Apparently, this is the first time the director used overtly homosexual themes in his movies. Okay. It said that he was a gay and socialist filmmaker.
Very much
so. He died in 2006.
He did.
But the guy who played Nestor is still alive. He's 79.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I know Marcos died.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he died young too, 66.
It's not that young, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty young.
That's about to be, like, pretty old now.
Great. Fuck me running. I only got 30 years left then.
With RFK Jr. in charge.
Just fucking great.
RFK Jr. is going to make sure everybody dies before the age of 60.
Fucking A.
Like,
wow.
We're, like, the U.S. administration right now, they're just speed running to see how many people they can kill.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great to hear. Yeah, well, let's talk about the good.
Love the camera work in this movie. Great stuff.
Yep.
Oh my god, the final shot of the movie is so good. Mm-hmm. Like the one with him sitting outside of the outside of his little shack waiting for the cops. Mm-hmm. Which it's interesting because they're just like, and the cops they never show the cops come.
No.
Which is really interesting because it's like, oh yeah, I'm a poor person and I killed some other poor people and nobody cares.
No.
And that's like what it feels like. Yeah. It's like, wow, this is rough.
Yeah, this is pretty fucking harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just him sitting outside and we're like, and then the dogs did.
You never know. You never know. So do you think he'll go to prison or do you think he'll end up with Nestor?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, I assume he went to prison. He called the cops.
He did.
I'm sure at some point they'll show up. He's still waiting there to this day.
Right. It kind of reminds me of like the ending of American Psycho, where they really don't care about the cops. The cops really don't even believe Patrick Bateman.
Nobody believes him.
Yeah. Could that be where they got? Where they got? Who was the author of American Psycho?
Bret Easton Ellis.
There you go. I wonder if he got it from this movie.
I don't know. Didn't he end up being kind of like a fascist?
I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, I will go with you on the good. I think it had some creepy scenes. I like that.
This movie was off-putting.
Yeah.
Like,
especially what he does when he kills his brother. I mean, that's pretty fucking harsh, dude.
Yeah.
You're killing your brother.
Yeah. Oh my god, the way he like kills his brother and then like he finishes killing his brother, he turns around and he's looking at a picture of them like when they were kids and crying, and it's like, holy fuck!
This it must have been just him and his brother and his mom.
Well, that's one of the scenes that was like the extended scene, where it's that scene where he's talking about the boss is talking about a woman named Juanita, and he's like, oh yeah, and she was working on one of the parts in the slaughterhouse, and she caught on fire, and you should have seen it. She just went up like crazy, and then she ran past a stool and knocked over the stool. The stool burst into flames. Then she went and she grabbed a shelf, and the shell looked like a burning log, and then he's explaining like how the big machine works, and how like, oh yeah, it cooks, and then it cooks, then crushes, then pulverizes into a paste. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, and see, none of that stuff would have happened to your mother if we had this machine back then.
Right.
And I was like, wait, what?
I mean, that's trauma too to the poor guy.
Yeah, like I never, that was the scene right before he killed his brother too. So it was like, and it showed like his brother, and then a woman, which I assume is his mom, or their mom. Mm-hmm. But like, yeah,
pretty. There we go. Another part of this movie that's dark.
Yeah,
and that's actually in depth. We got lore from this guy. Mm-hmm. We got an actual fucking scene that actually proves something. I mean, this isn't just like a joke of a film, you know. Like
also,
some
lots of slaughterhouse scene, like real slaughterhouse scene.
Oh yeah,
like
cutting up a cow.
Yeah, fucking gross, man.
Yeah. Kind of reminded me of like Sly Stallone, you know, in Rocky 2. You know, cutting up that meat and slapping it, and
you know, the more I hear about Rocky 2, the more I think I didn't actually watch that movie.
It's such a good movie.
Which one's that? Is that the Mr. T one?
Oh, no, that's 3.
Is that Drago?
That's 4.
Oh.
2 is when he fights Apollo Creed again.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I didn't see that one.
No?
No, I watched all of them in a marathon on TNT when I was a kid.
Oh.
And I know I saw the first one.
They're very good.
I know I saw the first one, and then I remembered one of them has Hulk Hogan in it, right?
Yeah, that's the third one. That's Thunder Lips. Yep, good old Thunder Lips.
Great.
Yep.
Well, I definitely saw 1, 3, and 4.
Yeah. I think 2 is the best one. Because that's when Rocky realizes that the only thing that he has going in life besides Adrian is boxing. Because he can't do any other job. Because he gets laid off of his meat packing. He sucks. He can't talk. Yeah, but this is something, because the marketing campaign too, we can go on that, is that it was designed to look at like The Last House on the Left.
Oh yeah, that was a weird one where it was like, because it was designed to look like the movie,
I guess.
Which doesn't make sense though.
No, that has a lot of rape and nasty stuff.
This movie just, visually, I guess it's similar to The Last House on the Left in the sense that, like, they were both made in the 70s and probably used similar cameras. But, like, I don't know. This one felt more like Blood Feast or some shit to me. It felt grimier.
Right.
Last House on the Left, not saying it's not a grimy feeling movie, but it's a like different kind of grimy.
Yeah. You feel like shit after watching that film.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was saying, too, it kind of reminded me of when Annie gets the axe in the head in Friday the 13th, Part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, from, Tom Savini. It's like, I wonder if they got that from this film.
Yeah.
Because, the cleaver one, the
or
guy's
for
head.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I always loved the way Tom Savini did that, because the way he did it was, like, he would cut out, like, the shape of the actor's face on the thing, and then do, like, that.
Yeah.
And then it would make it look like it's then reverse it, and it looks like it's...
That's probably... That and Kevin Bacon's death is probably the best death in that.
I also I'm a big fan of his work on Dawn of the Dead, too. Because, like...
The original?
Yeah. Like, the squib work that he did on that movie was so fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a great film.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame that movie's not available to watch anywhere.
Yeah. Too bad. I think the remake is better.
No, absolutely not. The remake is way worse.
Yes, very much.
Nothing is happening in that movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Besides, they get rid of everything that, like, makes Dawn of the Dead feel like it's a movie that was made, like, in 2020.
Yeah.
Because, like, the first scene of that movie, I remember the last time I watched it, it's like, so, like, disheartening.
You're talking about the original?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because the first scene of that movie is like two people on a talk show arguing whether or not the zombie apocalypse is actually real or not. Mm-hmm. Or if it's a government conspiracy. And,
here we are.
And I'm like, God fucking damn it. Like, why can't we have nice things?
Yeah,
this is bullshit.
I know. It's pretty fucking bad when
the answer is we can't have nice things. People are fucking stupid.
Yeah. Any bad?
If you don't like older movies, you might not like this. Okay. And I guess, like, I'm sure there are a lot of gay folks who would feel very offended by the concept of homosexuality being compared to being a serial killer.
Yeah.
I could very easily see that being a thing.
That is hard.
But
that is definitely a hard one to swallow.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
But what I would say is that this was written and directed by a gay man and released in 1972. Mm-hmm. It's probably what he could get away with at the time.
Well, of course. And we said that too because they were changing up the topics at the end.
Mm-hmm. And Franco wouldn't die until the year after this was released.
No.
And the transition wouldn't begin until 75.
Right.
And the transition to democracy, that lasted until like 1982. Mm-hmm. So it would be a while before anything like this would even be like relatively accepted. Did we mention that this was also on the video nasties?
No, we did not.
And like heavily fucking censored in Britain and barely got released in the States?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's pretty fucking bad, isn't it?
Yeah, because this movie isn't like...
Dude, give me a break. This is not a fucking gore fest.
This movie isn't that bad. I've seen like tamer stuff get put on the video nasties, which is why I'm not surprised. But at the same time, like, come on, man.
Right.
Like, this is fucking stupid.
Give me
Britain
a break.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheap shots at Britain. Fuck y'all.
Sure. Yeah, I really don't have anything about that.
Fuck the king. Woo!
It's slow at parts. That's the only thing that
it is slow at parts.
Well, whatever. It's a film.
But I think it felt slower at parts to us because we were expecting a different type of film.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Anything about the ugly?
I mean, my whole like thing about them comparing homosexuality to killing people would probably be in the ugly.
Yeah.
But again, we've already hashed that out.
Right. Yeah.
And like, I'm not going to say it's okay, but it is what it is at the time.
Yeah.
This is a movie that was made under a fascist dictatorship.
Yeah. I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. I have nothing for the ugly. Nothing.
I will say, though, that this movie is, like, overtly gay.
Yes.
Like, super gay.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's
like,
always shirtless.
The main character's always shirtless. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's all the time.
Like, Nestor always is, like, swaying his hips back and forth when he walks and, like, wearing the tightest suits you've ever seen. Like, it's...
Right.
Like, it was enough to see it and be like, yeah, this is gay. Like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
this can't be by accident.
No, absolutely not.
Because at first I was like, did they accidentally do this? Is this just a European thing? And then, like, we got about halfway through the movie, I was like, no, I think this movie's gay.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we already went over the plots and themes. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Final thoughts?
Watch it.
Yeah.
I would recommend this.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful remaster of this movie.
It is.
It was released by Severin.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I would recommend picking up a copy if you can.
Yep, absolutely.
Support physical media.
Yep.
You know, this might be the only place you're going to get to watch it. Also, it has the international and the extended versions.
It does. It does.
And
I would imagine the international one, that's probably censored heavily, don't you think?
I don't know. Maybe it's like more the original version.
Could be.
Because like I'm as much as I'm going to say, yeah, people probably watched this at a drive-in at some point. Which maybe because it was the 70s, and like
it ain't gonna be on the Grindhouse though.
I don't know. This could have maybe passed on the Grindhouse. But I could see this being like an opener for a Grindhouse. This is not a Grindhouse movie.
No.
Like, it doesn't have enough sex and nudity for Grindhouse.
Right. And that's what I thought it was really going to be.
Yeah, I mean, it the back of it looks like a fucking Grindhouse.
It does. It very much does. Yeah. Right.
But I kind of expected it to be more like Italian films at the time, which is also not. I think this might be the first movie I've ever seen that came out of Spain.
Right.
Because almost all the Spanish movies I've seen before come from, like, Central America or South American countries.
Okay.
Because, like, we've watched, When Evil Lurks and Terrified and shit like that, but that comes out of Argentina.
Yep.
We've watched a few Mexican horror movies.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I don't think we've ever seen anything from Spain.
No.
And... It like occurred to me while I was watching this that I know nothing about Spanish cinema.
Right.
Like, this might be the first movie from Spain I've seen, and I would be interested to see more.
Sure.
Yeah, because especially from this director, this guy's fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do think this is his only horror movie. So if you want to watch and. I'm gonna call this horror loosely. This is described as a drama. Unlike Until Dawn, I will say this is kind of a drama, even though it has a lot of murder in it.
Yeah. Thriller at times.
Somebody just compared it to, on IMDb, compared it to Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Yeah. And I could see that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a much gayer version of that movie. Much. Which, is saying something, because that movie's pretty gay.
Right.
Not really, but...
yeah, kind of.
A little bit.
Oh, yeah. It has its themes.
Otis Toole and Henry.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. That's a very disturbing movie.
That's fine.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, final thoughts? Give it a watch. Without a doubt.
Final thoughts are this is a win for me.
Yeah. Big W. Without a doubt.
It's a shame.
Was not expected a big W.
Yeah, it's a shame we lost this director. So I want to say young.
Yeah.
62.
62 is not old.
I mean, it's not old, but it's within reasonable times for things to happen to people.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Which is a really weird way to say that. Yeah. But, whatever.
No, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I would say this is especially an important movie for, modern times in America. Watch this.
Yeah, give it a watch.
Yeah.
Where we're going to be going. Yeah. Sadly.
Oh, things are going to get way worse than Franco is Spain.
Yeah, love that. Great. Fantastic. All right.
Well.
Yeah, comment, subscribe.
Next week, Cheap Rent.
Yes. 100%. Yeah.
At some point, we're going to have to do it.
Yeah.
Shut up, Lucy. Lucy?
Susie. Susie! No. All right, well, thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, this is B-Views.